Hello everyone, welcome to Toyeen Talks. How you doing? Thank you for watching. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you. Bye.
Expose what my business contract is or looks like. Yes, I can tell my lawyer, I can say behind the doors, but not openly on social media. I'm just thinking my own thinking. I may be wrong. This is just
very correct, man.
Some things you don't bring out to social media. When he was doing the business registration, he didn't come to social media. So irú question bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n lè ní kó tender ẹ̀ kó fi hàn wọ́n. It's not something he will say. He should say publicly. You understand? So I don't think I'm going to hold him up for that.
Ditola.
Contradiction.
Sorry,
Yes,
sorry,
sir.
please. Yeah, I think the question that was asked is, when did you register your company? It is a very straightforward answer.
Okay.
It's not that we want to
The answer is they said 2020.
So if
Yes,
Mohbad 2019.
yeah. So if you sign a
It's the
contract,
contradiction. It's the contradiction, sir.
so
No.
exactly.
It's not even contradiction. He signed before registering his company.
It's possible.
Emma
But
Gbagbe
Mr. Ibadan,
Contract did not have
Prince,
duration.
Emma Gbagbe, sir.
If a
buy your
contract-
ticket.
Emma Gbagbe o ṣe mọ̀ pé èèyàn ló ń flaunt NGO tó dẹ̀ ti register ẹ̀
Tó dẹ̀
12
wà-
times tí ò
yeah.
ṣiṣẹ́.
of course,
But this is not. I mean, NGO rules. Sherry, NGO rules are different.
No.
From,
It's not even about the NGO. My point is, and I think that's the way, Nigerian system doesn't function well anyway with the people themselves. Èèyàn tó ń flaunt NGO tó ń lọ káàkiri pé NGO òun ó mọ̀ pé kò wà registered ó dẹ̀ yìí lo NGO yẹn ṣe ti understand nǹkan tí mò ń sọ ó lè ti sign ẹ̀ before kó tó register ẹ̀ nǹkan tí mò ń try láti
That's true.
That's what happened.
Can I say something? Because
That's
I really don't understand where Mommy Detola is going now. If someone, I mean,
I went exactly
sign-
where I want to go, man.
okay, if someone sign a signing under a company that is not registered and the contract did not have duration when it starts and when it ends, we have to hold that person
is a
very well.
penalty, is an offense. Is a big
And the person walk away.
That's why I said, mommy, that's mommy Eduroma. Nǹkan tí mo ṣe sọ nìyẹn. Ó lè má fẹ́ sọ nǹkan ẹ̀ síta ní gbangba wálé à. Tó bá ní kó tender ẹ̀, tó bá tender ẹ̀, tó bá wá rí pé nǹkan tó ṣe, pé kò sign ẹ̀ during that time, àbí kò, ẹ ti understand nǹkan tí mo sọ mà. I'm not saying what he did is right or wrong.
I
just want to interject.
We have
He was
speaking
speaking under
all
oath.
these things under the
exactly under
He
oath.
was saying it under oath.
It's a serious offense.
Ẹ̀mí èèyàn tó parọ́ under oath ní gbogbo àwọn 15 tó kó 20 tó kó ṣọ́n parọ́ under
Mommy
oath.
Detola, I want us to get
That Mommy
sense.
Detola, we can hold
responsible
him
for
against
whatever
that.
he said.
We
That's
can
how I
hold him against it.
Okay,
That's where me I'm going.
Exactly.
We can hold him against that. What he does, nobody is doing it. How will
That's
you tell
the-
me you
that-
sign someone under your record label? The 5 years is 5 years, 3 years is 3 years, 10 years is 10 years. You just say he doesn't have time, just start and be working for me. You cannot leave. If he knows that, okay, I signed this person and he can walk away anytime, why are they in court? Why did they have to go to court to resolve what is not even tenable under the law? You sign someone for years, 100 years, just be working for
There
me.
is another thing that
What
I'm
I know, Sha, is that in Iloibo, yes, in Nigeria, me believe nǹkan tó bá ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ with that kind of system and the way they function. So whoever is telling me in the comment section that be real, I am real. I'm keeping it real. I know how Nigerian thinks. Not everybody. How some people think and how they do their things. It's not right, but wọ́n máa ń feel pé nǹkan tó right nìyẹn. So under oath, we said it. Gbogbo wọn lọ parọ́ under oath. Kò sẹ́yìn tó tí lọ tí ò tí parọ́ nu wọn. Then sọ pé ṣe bí is under oath. Wọ́n parọ́ under oath.
Mommy Detola, that's the reason why he's.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká fa mẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ nǹkan mi mà.
Mommy Detola,
But you should understand.
Right, ma, right at all. Right.
Let's give Yeye Babagwan. Yeye Babagwan, please mute and speak. It's not an
Ẹ má
argument.
get me wrong, mi sọ pé nǹkan tó ṣe right ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run.
Nobody is saying
Mi sọ
that.
pé nǹkan tó ṣe right o.
Mommy Detola, we haven't
Mi
said
sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o.
that. Okay.
No, that's what people are saying. That's not what I said.
You are not saying that now, Mommy Detola, for crying out loud. Nobody is saying that. Please, let's be calm. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, Babagwan, let's have him.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Yoke Daddy, and thank you for all that you do. We appreciate you. Mr. Grexy, thank you.
Thank you for checking up on me.
Yes.
We
We miss you. We miss you. Good to have you back.
Good to see you,
Have
man.
you back. Yeah, Mr. Grexy, thank you so very much for all that you do. We appreciate you. To all the panelists, I say good evening. It's been a long day today. I really wish I was at that corona inquest, unfortunately.
You can only thank me with lion.
Okay, go see what 36 lion. Yeah, I got 2 points here from what you said, Mr. Grexy, and one of them is about the inconsistency of the signal from Naira Marley, because I would have expected him that this is the time the world want to hear from him. This would have been the time for Naira Marley to put his truth out there. This is the time that it would have been really, really fair on him to rewrite the perception, the views of people, the negative, cancel Naira. I expected him to have, acted differently, more matured, more legally today. He was unable to appear face to face. However, he appeared via Zoom, which we appreciate. Unfortunately, each time, conversations were going on, there were bad signals. Yes, people would say it's inevitable, but in a situation of this is an homicide case that we're talking about. And this is the time to put out your truth out there. I would have expected him. He's rich. He's a big guy. It wouldn't cost him anything to have a very, very good signal today so people can hear him and hear his truth. That is by the side. For me, that was a red flag. I may be wrong, but in my point of view, that was a red flag. Secondly, he signed Mohbad, in 2019. But the company got registered 2020.
June 22, 2020.
Sorry?
June 22. That's 8 months after Mohbad was
8
signed.
months after Mohbad was signed. And
Yeah.
then when you look at it, no starting date, no end date. I would have expected, while he was, registering his company, he probably would have restarted a new contract with Mohbad. So there could be a start date and an end date. Otherwise, I'll tag that as slavery for me. And you know what it means. And we know what it is. Yes, Sashitu was able to go back and forth. But at the end of the day, for me, it's not too... I have to be honest. For me, it wasn't too palatable. What transpired there, it wasn't too palatable. Can I speak about Lawyer Falade? From Mr. Grexy regarding further.
Yeah, I've not heard. I've not heard, so I don't know what to say. for the first time now. It's been too much phone calls up and down today about some arrest or something. So it's shadowed a lot of updates. And thank God we have Guresi to update us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I'll just hold on for now. Let me just...
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for that break. Probably what he knows about it. And I asked myself a question after Guresi explained what Naira Marley said in court. And I quickly picked my mind back to what VDM said when he actually told him a lot of things. He had a whole lot of things to say. I've advised him to go to the police or something. VDM said so. So I'm kind of curious that how come his body language is not aligning to what he told VDM. And believe you me, Tobato time, Tobato time, all these fake accounts. Ramala, you understand? So we'll still
Well, hold on, my brother.
I know. Hold on, Mr.
Okay.
Gray. I know that when the time comes, this is just fact finding. When the time comes, he will be called upon. If they need to call him, he will be called upon, and I'm sure.
About one of the questions he was asked. They asked him when was he owing Mohbad? He said he wasn't owing Mohbad any money before he left. That there was nothing like owing Mohbad before he left, and that the money he's owing Mohbad now was after he left Malian music. He now asked him, why won't you release the money or keep the money? He said he's ready to release the money until he's able to know the rightful person that everything belonging or everything that should be for Mohbad be handed to. That in all what Mohbad music has generated since he left Malian record, he has never touched one fee. He has never touched a dime from the money, that the money is intact, that even one cover has never been removed from that money, and that is waiting for a concrete person to hand over that into. So he said he was not owing Mohbad before he left, and that the money belonging to Mohbad is owned, that is in his custody, is only the ones generated after he left Malian music.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Guresi, for the updates. I know it's not easy. As this time goes by, you keep reminding. Mr. Best Caller, you want to say something about the Naira Marley? Yes, okay, thank you. Let's have you, sir.
About Naira, the platform. Naira Marley, to me, is trying to be too technical, and it will not help him in any way. I'm sure Barrister Olaide is here, giving an impression that there is a contract, that there is no contract. A contract does not have to be in writing. A contract doesn't have to be in writing. And he has confirmed by his testimony today that there was actually a contract between him and Mohbad. I don't know if it is out of incompetence for Mohbad's lawyer to be sending mail demanding for outstanding payments from Naira Marley without source documents. So what does Barrister Fadile rely on? I think that, do I get that name right? As Mohbad's lawyer? Palade.
Yeah.
What does he rely on to be requesting for outstanding payment from Naira Marley if there was no contract between Mohbad and Naira Marley? And for Naira Marley to give an impression that Mohbad was maybe drunk, who goes begging for utterances or outbursts during, when somebody is drunk? So if Mohbad was drunk, the father will go and beg his boss for his house boss while drunk. The mother will go, the girlfriend will go, CY's mother will go. That may not be too correct. There could be other excuses to, to give to cover that. I'm not saying that he bullied him. Probably there were some people who did, and because of Mohbad's position or decision to leave the record label, probably he was also enjoying it, because it could be a way to whip him back into the fold. Also, the question that was asked about steps he took while being defamed. There were people who said openly that he's a killer, he should be cancelled. So why is it too technical not to go after them? What is he afraid of? What is he avoiding? Because it's on social media. He was accused openly. He was called names. And the only thing he could do was to sue for fundamental human rights so that he could be released from custody. And the same person is saying there was no petition, nothing against him. Reason being that he doesn't want it to be on record that he was accused of anything. So that's why he referred to everything that happened as rumor. So he's been too technical, and I'm not happy with the display of lawyers who cannot even defend their claims. Lawyer Falade did not do well. Not only on this, even on his own testimony, which when you roll out, I will point out where he failed woefully as a lawyer. For Naira Marley to be saying openly that there was no contract, and there was nobody who, and I knew that Lawyer Falade was in court today, to even let Naira Marley know that it doesn't, even if it is not expressly written, there was a contract between the two of you, and that contract is binding. It's sad, and it shows that it may not be related to what caused the death of Mohbad. Some of them have so many secrets that they are trying to cover up, and there's so many interests from so many angles. Some lawyers are just interested in royalties. Some don't even mind to go back and say, don't pay him, just give us 10% of that money, you can keep the rest, we'll find a way to defend it. And I think that's what is happening here. Thank you.
Our
Are we
host,
still?
too.
Yeah.
Host, where are you, sir, Mr. B?
Are we done with submissions regarding Naira Marley? So we'll go to Falade, because what happened in both testimony, we can link it up just as Mr. Isha just said, because what he said we need to link it up, because when you remember, Naira Marley was saying he had no issues with Mohbad. If I was going to go there, but Gosling to tell us how he said that. If Falade is saying that they took the matter to the Federal High Court about royalties. That means you have issues with Mohbad. Was the issue before the Tunde thing? Or was it because after he died? And these are things that we need to unravel after, because according to Barrister Wahab Shitu SAN, he was saying that when we reach the bridge, we shall cross it. Because that's not clear to me. Because if Naamali is saying he had no issues with Mohbad, there's just like money which caused a fight, then why is Falade taking Naamali and Mala Records Mala Records to court for royalties? Meanwhile, this girl, Cynthia Omomi Adenbajo, I've been doing social media sensationalism by saying the father-in-law wants royalties. So who has taken someone to court for royalties without the father knowing? Thank you. So I think, I don't know who want to say something, but I want Gracie to finish up with father. So put them together. Thank you.
Barrister Olaide, the father who?
Father-in-law.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Now let's go to the part 2 of the inquest so that we can actually link it up that, like the best scholar said, a whole lot of disappointment from Naira Marley's side. As educated as he is, as exposed as he is, before he came back to Nigeria to establish his record label, I am so disappointed that he will come under the oath and say that nobody signed any contract. Did not sign. He don't know dates. He don't know blah blah blah. We're pretty much disappointed. But for me, I know that there's something up that somebody is trying to cover up, and inshallah, it's gonna be exposed. Nobody, we go unpunished. Nobody, no offender will go unpunished. I'm serious, disappointed. It kind of person like that, even somebody that has a mini studio, that's this thing is deck 1 to deck 2. Once she sign contract now, on sign contract, okay. Mr. Gressy, let's have you. Mr. Gressy, are you there?
Yoke Daddy, somebody was asking when the next inquest is.
11th.
It's the 11th of April. It will have been the 4th, but Sanchito's child is getting married. So it was postponed to the 11th.
Mr. Gressy, are you there? Thank you, Mami Detola, for that one. Mr. Gressy. Oh, wow.
I'm here.
Are you ready for the Falade's part?
Yeah, let me just say, holiday part. Well, let's add some discrepancies or some gray areas in Faladay's testimony. His own account seemed to be more resourceful than that of Naira Marley, because Naira Marley was exactly what Mr. Isaac said. Well, what I generated from the lawyers after the court, those lawyers are engaged at. Naira Marley.
Sorry, I want to interject. I'm very sorry. Because I don't want to say it, but I know I'm going to say it after. I need to quickly say this thing. When you say about Naira Marley not being resourceful, is it because of his arrogancy? I was speaking, or you just felt like I wasn't telling us what you wanted to hear?
It wasn't saying, and that was why that's where I'm going. Hold on. Exactly what Mr. Isaac said were the things I heard from the lawyer that Naira Marley was too technical. So the technicalities is what I couldn't understand per se, but he was not saying, even putting question to him, he was not answering the question directly. He was just being, it was just being confusing. At times he would just say this, at times he would keep on saying, they will ask him another question, he will go back to a previous statement he made. Ask him another question, he will still refer back to previous statement. So they said it was too technical that to me, it wasn't intelligent.